There are a ton of influencers right now thinking that we are in a bear market, that are getting very bearish right now. The same people that just a couple weeks ago, when we reached about $66,000, the same people are now saying, hey, we could reach the $40,000 range and below potentially. So I'm going to cover my thoughts on this, and I'm going to cover what you should expect in the future. I think you're going to be delightfully surprised, okay? Okay, but first we have this from Donald Trump. He says that, now keep in mind when I talk about Trump or Kamala or whoever, I'm just talking about a politician. I don't care either side. I couldn't care less. But I need to tell you, because this is going to affect people around the world when it does pass, if this does pass. Okay, so Donald Trump says he will charge a 100% tariff on countries shifting away from the US dollar if elected president. So I responded to this. If you want to check me out at Sir Crypto Tips on Twitter, I said, how anti-free market of him to punish other countries that are trying to protect themselves from the inevitable collapse of the US dollar. Why not just stop printing US dollars into oblivion so that other countries aren't forced to leave the United States dollar? These people are all scumbags. Politicians, let's just put them in a giant basket, stamp scumbag on it, lobbing, central banks as well, all in one big group, and just throw them out to outer space because they're horrible people. Anyways, I bet you agree with me, don't you? I know you do. Okay, moving on. We're talking about debt here, and Elon Musk is even chiming in, which is interesting because he wants to be part of the cabinet in Trump's cabinet. So he says, interest payments on national debt are now higher than the entire Defense Department budget and rising. And this is in response to Wall Street Silver on Twitter, who says, we will reach $36 trillion easily by the end of 2024. And yes, we will. I think it only took a couple weeks to go up from 35 trillion to 35.16 trillion. Just a couple weeks, guys. But here he also has this to say, and we are on pace for over $1.2 trillion in interest alone to be paid on the debt over the next 12 months. That's about 25% of all government revenue, $5 trillion per year going to interest on that debt. So, guys, this is why we promote Bitcoin. This is why we promote Monero. This is why we started learningcrypto.com. If you want to check that out, that is our website that we've built to educate people on what is happening with the global economy so that you can protect yourself from these insane people. Central banks and politicians are all grouped into one. They're all psychotic psychopaths, okay? And they're destroying your savings. As you know, inflation ain't going anywhere regardless who gets in the office. Moving on, we have the UAE firms announced plans to launch digital dirham pegged crypto coin. So Abu Dhabi Securities Exchange listed Phoenix Group and digital assets firm Tether on Wednesday to announce a plan to launch a stablecoin pegged to the UAE dirham. Part of me thinks that this is going to be a central bank digital currency. Actually, I'm very sure of this. Also, there's over 130 different countries around the world that are working on central bank digital currencies. They are coming, no matter what anybody says, no matter what politician says, we're going to stop central bank currencies from happening. They are 100% guaranteed, type that in all capital letters, that's coming to a city near you, a country near you. You can guarantee that. And I will remind you when it does come out, okay? Moving on, we have since launching in 2009, Bitcoin has had more trading hours than the stock market since 1971. Why is that? Because it's a free market. It's not the stock market, which is so centralized and disgustingly in control of central banks. No, we have 24/7. We don't have any circuit breakers. So what is a circuit breaker? So in stocks, because people can't really handle volatility that well, and they don't want the free market to really act out. So what they do is they put circuit breakers in there to stop volatility from happening. But can you imagine that happening in crypto land? Exactly. Like, it's just ridiculous. So keep in mind, this is a free market. So let's keep government out of the free market and let them just have the stocks. You know what I mean? Give that to the centralized control. And speaking about centralized control, the stock market, there was $1.78 trillion that was wiped out from the US stock market in the first week of September. That's a lot of money, but considering that we are near all-time highs in the stock market, in the S&P and the Dow, yeah, we are near all-time highs. So this is like the volatility here is very, very small compared to anything you'll experience in crypto. That is why I think a lot of people are going to have to take their time to get used to the volatility in crypto once they go from TradFi to cryptocurrencies. Okay, also we have, this is from Rect Capital. Bitcoin is down 6.19% for the month of September. This approximately matches the September single-digit downside experience in 2022, 2021, 2020, 2018, and 2017. So this downside is absolutely normal, guys. So if your favorite influencer is suddenly turning bearish, unfollow them because they are emotional people. You should not be learning from these freaking people. They're going to make you lose money. They're going to make you become emotional because what you need to follow is people like me and several others that are not emotional when it comes to crypto. And if you want to see how unemotional I am, check out learningcrypto.com. And I feel sometimes like I'm holding hands, and that's totally fine. And it's paid off in the long run. And many of you guys know that already. Okay, lastly, we have this from Nagoto on Twitter. He says, a ton of people who have been bull posting since March are now flipping bearish. Oh yeah, baby. Just when the fun is likely to begin. This guy gets it. Okay, I wonder what kind of thought process they went through to make this decision. Worst timing ever, in my opinion. But let's see, maybe they're the ones who will be laughing in a few months. That's a really good post. This is what you want to see. When most people are bearish in this space, that is when you want to really start buying. Look what happened with FTX. I know I keep bringing this up, but it is the perfect example of something that happened not too long ago that shows you when to buy the dip. And then ignoring everyone else, like all those guys that were saying we're gonna hit $10,000 and under Bitcoin, whereas Heidi and I were screaming on the rooftop telling people we are buying, this is the bottom, and it was the bottom. And many of our subscribers are very thankful we did that, while the people that were listening to these knuckleheads that are saying we're gonna hit $9,000, they're probably still waiting for $9,000. That's all I have. Like and subscribe. Talk to you soon.